Здравейте!
Здравейте с последното включване за днес.
Днес последната ни презентация ще бъде с Giovanni Raguso от John Cabot Uinversity. Той ще ни разкаже за възможностите, които Римския университет ни предлага. Неговата презентация ще продължи около 30 на минути, след което ще имаме Q&A сесия отново, характерно вече за нас. Около 10 на минути. Молбата ни отново е да публикувате вашите въпроси в чат секцията, която се намира в дъното на вашия екран, точно по средата. В края на презентацията ще изчетем въпросите и ще се постараем да отговорим на всеки един от тях. Когато е възможно, моля, задавайте въпросите си на английски език, за да ни бъде по-лесно да ги предаваме директно, да ги изчитаме в ефир. Ако се затруднявате, ще се опитваме да ги превеждаме, да ги зададем на Giovanni.
Не се страхувайте да задавате въпросите си. Това е последната презентация. Надяваме се, че ще имаме достатъчно време, за да отговорим на всички въпроси или поне ще се опитаме.
Характерните за нашия екип one-on-one meetings с презентатора са активни естествено и тук. В началото на своята презентация Giovanni Raguso ще сподели линк към своята програма за следващата седмица, където можете да си запазите таймслот, в който да се видите на one-on-one meeting с него и да зададете и въпросите си лично, ако се сетите нещо допълнително след края на днешната презентация. Естествено, ще ви изпратим и follow-up с пълен видеозапис на днешното събитие, както и отговор на въпросите, на които не сме успели да отговорим, но все пак сте задали в ефир.
А тези от вас, които желаят, могат да получат и запис от вебинара, заедно с follow-up имейла, който ще изпратим на електронните ви пощи, да не отнемаме повече от времето на Giovanni и да му дадем думата. It's your time, Giovanni. You can start.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So before I start, I'll introduce myself, and then I would also like to thank Skylines for, sorry, for making this happen. This is a it's been a wonderful experience, wonderful people who have been organizing this. So like I said, so thank you very much for making this happen. So let us jump right into it. I'll introduce myself. My name is Giovanni. I am a former student, and now I've been working as an admissions counselor for JCU. Specifically, I work for the International Admissions Office. And today I will be talking to you about John Cabot University, who we are, what we do, what we offer, and why we are located in Rome, right? So, and why we're, so special and what kind of education we offer. Another thing you need to know, and I'm assuming this has already been said, we have a Q&A session at the end, so feel free to ask any questions you may have. And should you be interested in scheduling an individual Zoom call, I left the link, the Calendly link in the chat box. All right, so let us jump right into it. I represent John Cabot University, which is the biggest American university in Italy. We're located in Rome, in the beautiful area of Trastevere. Trastevere is the historic center of the Eternal City. If you've never been to Rome, one thing I always say is, picture cobblestones, picture pizzeria, picture pizzeria, cobblestones, coffee bars, loud Italians going mamma mia pizzeria, right? That's usually the wonderful and very fun atmosphere you will find in Trastevere. Something you need to know about John Cabot. All right, we have a very international community. We have a little over 1,000 students coming from over 70 countries in the world. So a very international community. As you can see, we'll take a look at the student population pie chart. Without our visiting students, we're talking about a 35% American population. With our visiting students, we're talking about as you can see, 58%, 25% Italian, the remaining from all over the world. So without our visiting students, over 75% of our student population is not Italian, right? As I was saying, very international community, something we greatly value. It is a relatively small community. We have 15 students per class. What does this mean? The professors will know you by name, very easy to talk to, very accessible. And, you can always ask for recommendation letters, even if you're thinking ahead of time, maybe you already know what you would like to do once you graduate. So they're always, very available. As you can see, we are accredited by the Middle States Commission. What this means is that we issue American degrees 100%, right? So fully accredited, as I was saying. And most of the American universities, if not all of them, are accredited by the same commission. We'll talk about our campus buildings. We'll talk about our housing buildings. We also offer housing, and we'll talk about financial aid as well. We have slides for that. So I would like to thank Skylines again. I think I'm going to do that every single slide, right? So once I'm done, so I know, right, what to say. So thank you very much for organizing this. All right, so why JCU? As we were saying, wonderful, wonderful atmosphere. It is the Eternal City, and with a very, very international community, a relatively small community. The professors I can tell you about in a second once we look at the internship of job opportunities, at the academic offerings, and of course, what does it mean, living and studying in the Eternal City? And like I said, we'll talk about that in a second. All right, something you need to know that, we always want to address, of course, Italy was one of the very first few countries on this planet to be hit by the whole COVID, by the pandemic. This is what we've been doing. We have been addressing and taking very, very severe measures. Something you need to know, though, the fall semester, the fall 2020 semester, which began in September, started as scheduled on campus. Luckily, we get a national report every single day. And of course, the numbers have gone down since the lockdown. So fingers crossed, a lot of doctors and experts have been talking about a second wave, but fingers crossed, we have not experienced that yet. So fingers crossed. As you can see here, we do have some interesting, measures that we've been trying to apply. And but should you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. Of course, like I said, feel free to use the Q&A box. All right, here are some examples of what we've been doing. Let me jump right into what we offer. All right, so we have 14 majors and 19 minors. We decided to go with 3 different macro areas, and I'll tell you a little bit about all of these specifically. Okay, so business, we have business administration, international business, economics and finance, and marketing. The main difference between business administration and international business is that I would say international business is a bit of a more international approach to the whole business arena. You will be taking courses such as managerial accounting, financial accounting. So those accounting courses you will be taking, but you will also be taking microeconomics, macroeconomics, international economics. You will be taking some international business law courses, finance as well. As for business administration, that is a pure insight into a business's life. So you'll be taking marketing courses, management courses, business law, legal environment of business. You'll be taking those accounting courses I was telling you about. And if you're interested in pursuing a master's program, the quantitative courses that usually, graduate schools are very, very interested in, you will be taking as well. And of course, I'm referring to statistics, I'm referring to macroeconomics. Those courses are present as well. So before we jump into the economics and finance and marketing programs, I would like to thank Skylines again. This is wonderful. No, they told me to do it. And I mean, I have to do it because this has been a wonderful, wonderful experience so far. And of course, it's the people who really make it worthwhile. So, and of course, Italians are all about, warmth and comfort. So we do really thank our Skylines friends for that. All right, so let me jump into economics and finance. We are one of the only 2 universities in Italy that will prepare you for the CFA exam. If any of our attendees are familiar with the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, maybe, right? What I always say is we will make you Leonardo DiCaprio, or maybe, right, make as much money as he does. We will help you do that. The reason why is because the CFA exam is the Chartered Financial Analyst exam, which is one of the required exams to become a stockbroker. So to work, for a stock exchange, you will be taking finance courses, statistics, there's linear algebra. So if you are all about numbers and math and figures, we do offer that. Marketing. Something you need to know about the program is that the marketing program is all about introducing a new product into different markets. You'll be taking some e-marketing courses, so electronic marketing. You'll be taking international marketing. You'll be taking psychology courses as well, because I don't know if you know this, but marketing and psychology go very much hand in hand. Consumer behavior courses, a little bit of everything. Statistics 1, statistics 2. You will also be taught how to collect data, collecting samples, how to interview people, right? So this is all very much a part of the marketing program. Something else we offer is a dual degree program with so 2 years at JCU and then 2 years at Pace University in the heart of New York City in Manhattan. And that would issue 2 degrees, and of course 2 degrees in marketing from very different institutions. So something that you need to know. Area of social scientists, we'll jump right into that. We have communication, psychology, psychological science, political science, and international affairs. Like I said, I myself double majored in international affairs and international business. I'll tell you a little bit about what double majoring means. And that is, well, the American academic system allows for plenty of freedom, plenty of room to play with when it comes to shaping your academic path. So you could combine your majors, you could combine your minors, you could pursue one major. So majors are the bigger fields, the main fields in which you are graduating, of course, and that you're pursuing. And then we have minors, which are smaller fields in which you can specialize, right? So usually what our students do is they combine the two, or they decide, the fields they're interested in, and they pursue those. But like I said, plenty of room to play with when it comes to shaping your academic path. So communications, what our students usually do is they take some general education courses, and they then get to specialize in 3 different fields. We have journalism, we have film studies, and we have media studies. It's really up to you. Of course, we have a TV studio lab facilities, we have cameras, we have a mech lab where students edit and work on their short movies, on their movies, all of that. So like I said, a little bit of everything. We'll talk about the job opportunities and internship opportunities in a second. Psychology, we offer different programs. This is a new major that we added for the fall 2020 semester. We've always had the professor, we've always had the courses, but we decided to add this new major, this new program, because of the demand. And I'll tell you a little bit about the courses that you can pursue and that you can take at JCU. We have, general psychology, we have children's psychology, psychology and law, criminal psychology, cognitive psychology as well. So a little bit of everything. As far as political science and international affairs are concerned, what is the main difference? Just like international business and business administration, I would say that international affairs is a bit of a more quantitative course, while political science is a bit of a more theoretical approach to the international affairs arena. So with international affairs, you will be taking those macroeconomics courses. You'll be taking statistics as well, international economics, but of course you will also be taking comparative politics. You'll be taking global politics courses, American government. There's a little bit of everything depending on the type of the geographical area of the world that you would like to specialize in, but you will find different opportunities. And then political science, as I was saying, a bit of a more theoretical approach. So you will be taking some, for example, philosophy courses, intro to political theory. American government is a required course. Then we have, as I was saying, comparative politics, global politics, but no math and no quantitative courses. So this is the main difference. So should you be interested in a master's program, those graduate schools will look at those quantitative courses. At least that was my reasoning behind me going for international affairs. But like I said, any questions you may have, feel free to drop them in the Q&A box. I'll be more than happy to answer those. And let us not forget our reminder that I would like to thank our Skylines friends again before we jump into the no, I need to stop. No, that's too much. No, I'm having fun. But humanities and classic studies, let's jump right into that. But thank you, Skylines. So English literature, Italian studies, humanistic studies, classical studies, art history, and history. They are high. Thank you, grazie. Grazie. Allora, so let's jump into English literature, Italian studies, humanistic studies, classical studies, art history, and history. So all these programs, something you need to know. We do take advantage of Rome. one thing you will find on the slides, one thing we always say is Rome is your campus. And what do I mean by this? We have on-site learning, which is one of the wonderful, wonderful things that allows us and allows for our students to have this wonderful, hands-on approach. Let's say you are studying art history or history, and you're studying about ancient Rome. What our professors do is they walk outside of the classroom and they're studying about the Colosseum. They will study from inside the Colosseum, from inside the Vatican museums, from inside the Pantheon, right? So Rome is available to us. We are a 25-minute walk away from the Vatican, a 20-minute walk away from the Colosseum. We're located, as I was saying, in the historic center of Rome, Trastevere. So Rome is right there. So why not take advantage of it? As I was saying, so classical studies, what it combines is you will find some Latin courses. So like I said, so you will find yourself translating and studying philosophy, a lot of, well, especially Roman and Greek philosophers. As for humanistic studies, the main difference is that you will not be doing so much of that, but you will be focusing on history, philosophy. You will be focusing on, let me think. There is some politics as well. There's some art history as well. So it combines the humanities field, but without it going into the languages so much. So as I was saying, for classical studies, you will be studying ancient Greek. You will be studying Latin, and of course, what better city, right? What better city to do that than Rome? Art history. I mean, do I even have to go into that, right? So with the many, many different opportunities, with many, many different museums, we have discounted tickets. Most of the time, our students have free entrance to the museum, so you can find the program online. But it's something that our students love. It's one of our most popular majors, of course, as well. And we have a wonderful, wonderful head of the academic department, whose name is Inge Hansen, and the Professor Hansen is specialized in archaeology, so she has connections all over Italy if you're also interested in that. And then let's see. Well, English literature, of course. This is not only limited to English literature, because the program also includes other, global masterpieces, other global literary works. So if you're interested in studying American literature, you can study that. If you're interested in studying Russian literature, we have that. We have those courses as well. So like I said, a little bit of everything. Italian studies is a very interesting program because it combines Italian language. If you like to study Italian, it combines Italian politics, Italian history, Italian philosophy, Italian literature as well, right? So it is a wonderful insight into the Italian world, and you'll be studying in Rome as well. So could also take advantage of that. All right, let me continue. Now, we've been talking about the many, many academic offerings. However, the American system is, known because of the hands-on approach. So what will our students be doing once they're done with classes, or if they're interested in job opportunities or internship opportunities? Well, we have a Center for Career Services. The Center for Career Services works very, very closely with our students. And what they do is, we're proud to say that we offer over 900 internship and job opportunities with over 600 both Italian and international organizations. I'll name a few in a second, but we also have over 900 positions offered every single year. So what this means is that, over 900 students get positions or they get promotions within all of our partnerships or partner companies. And I will list a few. Like I said, feel free to ask any questions in the Q&A box. So I'll list a few. Associated Press, Bulgari, Coca-Cola, Ernst & Young, Hilton, IBM, we have Fiat Chrysler. And of course, as I was saying, we also take advantage of the international institutions which are located in Rome. I'll list a few even there. So we have students working at the Prime Minister's office, at the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the World Food Program, the Food and Agriculture Organization. Each and every semester, we have at least 2-3 students working for the US Embassy to Italy. We have the Peruvian Embassy, French Embassy. So like I said, plenty of opportunities. And these are all places where students work. So that is possible. And while you're studying, so you will be going through an admissions interview, of course, but the Center for Career Services, they will help you with that. They send emails every 3 days with the opportunities available. So, and in addition to that, we also have, as you can see, 3 career fairs per year. So over 80 companies, they come to JCU, on campus, and they interview students, and of course, who are looking both. And by the way, when I say students, I also mean alumni. Right, so even people who graduated, they can participate in the career fairs and look for positions. Right, so we do take advantage of the many partnerships that we have, and Skylines is one of them. See, that was a smooth transition, right? You should be proud of that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Seen some thumbs up, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so Institute for Entrepreneurship. We also have an Institute for Entrepreneurship, which is headed by a Harvard, graduate. Her name is Professor Pulino, and what she organizes, I mean, she works very closely with the business department, but she also organizes weekends, as you can see, right? Weekend of startups. Our business students, they are also, well, we send them, in, of course, regular circumstances, in ordinary circumstances, they go on trips all over the country. There's this very, very interesting activity, which is called a Shadow Your CEO. And for example, 2 years ago, what they did was the business club and of course, business students, what they did, they went to Torino. So I'll be talking about food in a second, but I am Italian, so I already have to talk about coffee, right? So let's talk about coffee first, and then we'll talk about food. So coffee, what I can tell you is they travel to Lavazza, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest company as far as coffee is concerned in Italy, as see, we're drinking coffee there. There you go. So that works perfect. So it is very important, right? Because what they did was they went to the headquarters in Torino and they followed their CEO around to kind of understand business day-to-day operations. So that is one of the many, many activities you will find. As you can see, we have workshops, elevator pitch. What that is, it is a competition, which is a school-wide competition where students participate and they pitch an idea and they could get funded for that as well. So if you have a brilliant, brilliant idea, that will be available to you. And let's say you're interested in making your international experience even more international by paying the same tuition. This is what you could do. You could spend one semester or a whole year all over the world. So let's say you're studying business, you're studying art history, you're studying political science, international affairs, maybe Italian studies. You could study that for 3 years in Rome and then spend one semester or a whole year in Japan. As you can see, we have partner universities all over the world: Japan, South Korea, the UAE, Lebanon, Egypt, Norway, Nigeria, and then, well, of course, in Europe. In addition to Norway, we have Ireland, France, Greece. But we have partner universities all over the Americas as well. So what that means is Canada, Mexico, Colombia, and of course, all over the US. Usually the most popular destinations, California, New York, Massachusetts, Florida, Texas. So just to reiterate, you could be studying business, political science, psychology, really anything for 3 years in Rome, 1 year in Cairo, 1 year in maybe Tokyo, and then in Los Angeles, then New York City. So by paying the same JCU tuition. So financial aid would be the same as the one you get at JCU. So that's the exact same tuition that you would have to be paying. All right, any other questions? Like I said, please let me know. Student services at JCU. So what happens while you're a student? What happens on campus? We have exactly 28 active student clubs. I always like to talk about a few. MUN, some of you might be familiar with it. It's Model United Nations. What they do is, these are students, some high schools, they do it, with high school students. So what they do is they travel to different countries and they participate in international conferences and they represent a country. So it is a simulation of the UN agencies or the UN, committees. And what they do is, well, they represent a country, and of course, there's a whole, debating, and there's, there's public speaking is, very much involved. There's drafting papers, drafting documents and laws, passing bills, and all that. So it is very, very interesting. And we have a JCU, Model United Nations Society in Rome as well. Last semester they went to where did they go? They went to Switzerland. The semester previous, the previous semester they had gone to Portugal. So, like I said, there's no stopping them. They travel every single semester. Or there is, well, we have a stand. Stand is all about charity. We also, does it say here a few, well, community service, exactly. So they work very, very closely, our stand club, they work very, very closely with our Office of Community Service, because we have many opportunities of giving back to the community. If you're interested in that as well, we have 16 partners. And what our students usually do is they teach English at the International Refugees House, the International Women's House as well, or they feed the poor, they go around the neighborhood and they clean it. So there are different opportunities, and they are everything. All of this is, of course, rewarded. We offer a certificate of participation, but also a graduation cord. So this is, all these are all things that you could put on your resume, and of course this. But even to feel that you're serving a purpose while pursuing your education in Rome. And for example, as I was saying, even looking at the bigger picture, right, to give back to the community. And then what else? Let me tell you something else. Well, of course, athletics. We send students. Well, we have international and tournaments both in Europe and in Italy as well. So we compete against other universities in Italy, and we send our student athletes to international tournaments for. When I say soccer, I have to say soccer because it's an American university. I mean, football, of course, right? So basketball, volleyball, cheerleading, tennis, swimming, and ping pong. So all of these sports we have tournaments for. But in addition to that, we have fitness classes. For example, we offer martial arts classes such as kickboxing, aikido. We have Zumba courses. We have high interval training classes as well. So all these, oh, bless you, by the way, all of these. There you go. See, I saw that. I didn't hear that, but I saw that. I am paying attention. I'm reading the room. I'm reading my audience as well. And thank you, Skylines, for organizing this. There you go. Perfect transition. I had to say it. Okay, so as I was saying, athletics, all of our fitness courses are offered at the Gianicolo Gym. By the way, like I said, we have a fitness center. We have a gym, which is inside the Gianicolo residence, which is the heart of our housing and residential life office. And all of our courses, all of the fitness courses, all the sports are offered and available to all of our students, regardless of where they're staying on campus, right? So they don't have to live in JCU housing to go to the gym or to attend the courses. So that's a very important thing. And then let me think. Let's see. Okay, so athletics I've talked about, health and well-being. We have counselors. We have doctors always available. We have one doctor who's available on campus twice per week. And then we have another doctor who's available 24/7 on call. They make house calls. They both speak English, of course. We also have English-speaking counselors. We do understand that for our international students, studying in a different country, with a different culture and a different language might be difficult. However, I'm assuming, most of our attendees might be European, but of course, we do speak a different language. So the people who seek counseling, we will be there every step of the way. We will be with you. So even since you get to the airport, the whole university staff will put you and will walk you through the whole orientation week. So we welcome you at the airport, and then let's say if your family decides to visit as well, we will have shuttle buses that will take you directly to your housing. So from the airport, we'll go directly into the heart of Rome. We'll show you around the campus. We'll show you around the city, around the neighborhood. So like I said, we will help you with everything and anything. All right. Some pictures very quickly. I would love to show you some of the wonderful, wonderful buildings that we have in Rome. So all of these are all of these are academic buildings. This is the latest addition to our group of academic buildings, the Caroline Critelli campus. And this is also where our admissions office is located. As I was saying, 15 students per class, right? How many chairs? Well, 15, 20 maybe, right? So this is the average, right? So this is something that I want to stress, because when I talk about, professors who will know you by your name, and then who are very, very accessible and easy to talk to, this is exactly what I mean, right? So they will see if you don't attend, or they will know that something is wrong when they talk to you. So it's really, this is something we greatly value. And the Guarini campus. This is where we started in 1972. This is one of my favorite buildings, I would say, because it's in the heart of Trastevere. Right next to it, there's a myth that I want to tell you about. So there is, well, myth, or maybe, it might be a legend, it might be, a history, we'll see. But you be the judge. So there's a courtyard right here, right? So on this picture, in the picture on the left, and right next to the courtyard, there's a red gate. So usually when I take our students or our prospective students on tours, I show them the courtyard, and then I show them the gate, and I tell them to think about the gate throughout the whole tour. Then I take them on a terrace. We have 3 terraces, and beautiful, beautiful view. Of course, you will see the whole Trastevere neighborhood. You will see the big fountain called Il Fontanone on the Gianicolo Hill. I mean, it's a wonderful area. And then you will see on the other side of the gate, there's a little courtyard, there's a little garden. It's called the Secret Garden. So the only person who has the key to that gate is our president, is our university president, Mr. President Pamoncello. And he does take, visitors on tours and all that. And what he always tells, and apparently this was confirmed by our history professors, both art history and history professors, he said that the person who would take walks in the little secret garden was Cleopatra when she was in Rome. Now, myth, legend, history, I don't know, you be the judge, but I have to tell you, usually when I tell this, right, I get some wows. Wow, that's impressive, right? So it is very interesting, but it is Rome. There is history on each and every corner. So this is right, something you need to remember and keep in mind. We have the Aula Magna. This is usually where most of our conferences and events happen. And Tiber campus. So I already talked about coffee. Now I have to talk about food, as I said. So Tiber campus, inside the Tiber campus, you will find the cafeteria. We have different meal options, diet plans. We have vegan options, vegetarian options. They're always open. So once the buildings are open, they're always open for breakfast, for you to have breakfast, lunch, snacks. The bar is always open if you like coffee, if you like an espresso, cappuccino. So, right, coffee again, right? So I have to talk about that. There we go. Coffee is back on camera too, right? So, so we are available. And then, of course, you can have dinner. You can also bring your food back, with you at home. So, and more classrooms. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, and for our history students, art and design, if you're interested in that, we have fresco painting, we have photography, we have sketching, drawing courses as well, digital media production. So this is one of our students. His name is Giggs Cole, and he's from South Africa. He's an artist. Look him up, and he was able to get a full ride scholarship to study at JCU, and he's wow. I mean, just look at that, right? Amazing, amazing in the action while the magic is happening right there. All right, so let's talk about housing. And if I'm not mistaken, I have 8 more minutes, right? Confirmed. So then we have wonderful. Okay, so JCU student housing, as you can see, we have different options. All of these located in Trastevere. So all of these are walking distance. Something you need to know. So all of the apartments, they can host up to, from 2 up to 8 students. They all include a kitchen, living room, balconies. So wonderful, wonderful apartments. Fitness center, as I was saying, study room, student lounge. Something you need to know. Housing is not mandatory. So should you be interested in not getting housing, so living off of campus, that is available. I myself help prospective students with that too. What I do is I add them to Facebook groups. We have our student Facebook groups, and all they have to do is just post a little announcement. Hello, my name is, I'm a new student. I'll be joining you in for fall, for the spring, and this is my budget, and I'm looking to rent a single room. I'm looking to rent an apartment. I'm okay with sharing a bedroom. So like I said, we will help you with that. Very, very easy. Yeah, these are all the wonderful options. So let me tell you what I did. Let me tell you a little bit about my personal experience. So when I was a freshman, I lived in the Janicola residence, so where the gym is, right, the heart of our housing and residential life office, just to get used to it. I also wanted to get to know more people. I wanted to make friends. Of course, it's easier when you work in, live in housing. And then my sophomore year, so my second year, I worked for the housing residential life office. That was as resident assistant. That means free housing, free meal plans. Very important. So free housing, free meal plans. But how? Because you work as a resident assistant. So what that means is you will be assisting your fellow residents who live in the same building or on the same floor. And what that means is that you could be living in Rome for free, right? Completely for free. And then what I did was I moved out of JCU housing, and I've been living in this apartment for it's been 3 years now, 4 years, yes. And I love it. Of course, I share my apartment with two other JCU students, and I pay €400 per month, right? So JCU, well, academic housing just in general tends to be a little pricey. So many options and many alternatives are available to you. All right, we've been talking about wonderful things. Before we jump, can I thank Skylines one more time? No? Should I stop? Well, just no more. Va bene. Allora, facciamo così. Very implicitly, let us thank the organizer for making this happen. Which is Skylines. Thank you, Skylines. All right, so we'll talk about, cheers to that. So how to apply. We've been talking about wonderful things, but how do we make this happen? We like to think of the application process as a holistic approach. What does this mean? There are different things that we will take a look at. We require prospective students or applicants to complete an application form on one of these online portals. So we are on online application or on common application, or you can also apply on our website, right? So we'll take a look at your transcripts. We'll take a look at your extracurricular activities. We'll take a look at the grades and the courses you've been taking. And we require 2 letters of recommendation. These 2 should be academic, so written by your professors. Something I always say, if you have extracurricular activities, if you have working experience, if you play sports, if you play an instrument, do send more. We want to get to know you. We want to make sure that you're a very rounded and very active member in your community, well-rounded applicant, and then of course that you will thrive at an international community such as the one you will find at JCU. So something very, very important. A 600-word personal essay. You will find the 5 prompts. Just pick one. It's on the website. It's on the portals as well. Just pick one. Answer that. Interview by phone, Skype, or in person. It's usually me leading the interviews. Hopefully, I made a good impression today by thanking Skylines 1,000 times, right? So hopefully, fingers crossed. So you will definitely see my face again. Proof of English proficiency. We accept IELTS, TOEFL. Cambridge is usually C1, but we can also schedule some English exams with one of our professors from the English department. So we can schedule that as well. We do understand that it might be difficult for our applicants to take exams now, right, during a pandemic. So we'll be very, very flexible with that. Something else you need to know, all of this is connected to what I'm about to show you. Wonderful things, but what are the figures? What is, tuition and fees and everything? All right, so €18,000 for one academic year. However, we have scholarships. Over 85% of our students receive financial aid. We have scholarships that cover 20, 50, 80, and 100% of our tuition and fees. And we have need-based and merit-based scholarships. So what this means is that we'll take a look at your family's financial situation. We'll take a look at your grades. We'll take a look at your extracurricular activities. I'll talk about my personal experience. So when I was a student, the tuition and fees was, for one academic year was 17,000. Scholarships, I ended up paying 5,600 divided into 2 semesters. That's 2,800. Is Giovanni special? Like I said, no, we have scholarships. It's really that simple. So feel free to apply. And of course, when you receive an application, like I said, the fingers crossed, an acceptance letter, you will be offered an initial pool of scholarships, and then you can apply for more online. All right, moving on. 88% of our students, this is something that's very, very interesting. 88% of our students graduated debt free in 2019. And life after JCU, this is terrible. Look at that. Examples and statistics of employment in graduate schools. I give them to you. The marketing office messed up on that. It's okay. So let me tell you something about the Alumni Association. So over 10,000 students covering 110 countries in the world. You know, you just think of the big names. We have students who have continued their studies at, you know, Oxford, Columbia, you know, Harvard, Cambridge. You will find more and more statistics on the website. We have our Alumni Association page, of course. I'll be more than happy to provide you with more statistics as well. Something you also need to know is, for example, class of 2018, 12 months within graduation. So after graduation, 70% of our students were already employed, 19% were enrolled in graduate school, and 10% were unemployed. Okay, so 70, 19 in graduate school, 70 employed, 10% unemployed, right? So the statistics are very, very promising. And like I said, I'll be more than happy to you know, give you more statistics. And with that 1 minute left, I would like to thank you all for, you know, for your attention. I would like to, no, actually, I'll keep that, you know, let's save the best for last. I would like to thank you for your attention. I am available. I'll be more than happy to answer the questions that you know, I started seeing some questions coming in. So thank you for that. I'll move to those in a second. And as you can see, you can contact us on, well, we have our email here. This QR code will take you to our landing page, which is a beautiful, beautiful page of our website, where you can also, you know, leave your, well, more information. You can schedule a Calendly call. You know, the link is on the chat. And with that, I would like to thank Skylines for this wonderful, wonderful experience, this wonderful, wonderful presentation. And without further ado, I say, right, let's go to the questions. All right. Thank you, Anelia. It was very interesting and helpful. Of course, my pleasure. All right, so let me go to Kalina. Enjoy the enthusiasm, Giovanni. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Kalina. All right, so I have a question about the Associate of Arts degree. Yes, specifically the proficiency requirements. Are they required based on the type of degree? Focus on mathematics requiring proficiency mathematics respectively, or the proficiency requirements applicable to all courses? I hope my question is clear. Okay, Kalina, thank you very much for your question. I see Beloslava's question as well. All right, so let me answer Kalina's question first. So as far as proficiency, we do not have any specific requirements. So we do not have any specific requirements when it comes to, maybe let's say you are in high school, or maybe you are doing an associate's maybe, is that what we're saying, right? So an associate's degree, and we need some specific courses. Of course, we can transfer credits. Maybe you are doing IB in high school. Maybe you're taking AP courses. Maybe you're taking SATs, or right. We can transfer courses, and what this means is, like I said, once you apply, we'll take a look at the applications. We'll take a look at the classes you've been taking. And when I say we can transfer credit points, is that what I mean by that is that you wouldn't have to take general education courses at JCU. A BA degree at the moment. I'm interested. Oh, after your BA. Okay, I see. So as far as master's programs, unfortunately, we only offer our history, right? So maybe not what you're interested in, or maybe that is what you're interested in, because you did say arts, but you said associate of arts. Let me know, of course. So, but we, as I said, so master's programs, we only offer our history. We are working on an international politics one, but you know, it might take some time. So that's it. Beloslava, do you accept C2 certificate? The answer is absolutely yes. So the required level is a C1. If you have a C2 after high school, number one, you are wow. And two, yes, we accept all of those. Anelia, oh, thank you, Giovanni. It was very interesting and helpful. My pleasure. Like I said, I really appreciate it. And Kalina, please feel free to drop more information in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to address those, to address the comments that you have. Beloslava, are there any specific requirements for English literature? No specific requirements for English literature, no. Are you saying, so Beloslava, let me ask you, are you saying as far as maybe courses that you are taking in high school are concerned? The answer is no. So we do not have any specific requirements unless you're doing IB, but okay. Thank you very much. Oh no, I don't want to butcher your name. Just give me a second. Let me answer Beloslava's question, and please, more questions as they come. So, specific requirements, no. But like I said, we will take a look at your grades. We'll take a look at your classes, and usually it's all about being able to transfer the credit points, especially for high school students. So it's very important to them. So that's usually what we focus on. No specific requirements. So the American system, unless you are applying for a specific program, you're applying to a specific program, the American system doesn't have any entrance requirements unless the university or the program requires a standardized test and all that. So as far, like I said, we have people coming from over 70 countries in the world. So what that means is, think of the many academic and high I don't want to butcher your name. Is it Gergana? I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Level I is we need for application. So 6.5/7. And of course, we are flexible because we want to hear you and we want to talk to you, right? So, when I do the interview, I will hear your level of English. So what we require is 6.5, but we are flexible. So we want to get to know you first. I was wondering if the Associate of Arts degrees that form specialization. Okay, so we have a BA and a AA, right, as you were correctly saying. So the associate's degree lasts 2 years, and then you can go into a BA if you're interested in completing the whole path for as far as the American academic system is concerned. So the associate degree counts as university, of course, but it's only 2 years, and that's what it gets you. And then the Bachelor of Arts, that is, the full 4 years, or it could also be an Associates of Arts degree for 2 years, and then a Bachelor of Arts, the other 2 years. And we've had students who, studied at JCU for 2 years, and they got their associate's degree. Some other students have studied, a majority of our students study for the 4 years, but we've also had students who they transferred from an associate's from a community college, usually where they get their associate's degrees. They transfer to JCU and they complete their path. I hope that was a good. Okay, perfect. Of course, my pleasure. I'm glad I made sense. Of course, Kalina. All right, Sofia, thank you very much for your question. Grazie. No, in italiano. Ciao Giovanni, grazie per la presentazione dettagliata. We're going back to English. I just wanted to add, di niente, grazie a te, Sofia. I just wanted to ask whether it's mandatory to live in housing provided by JCU in the first year. Okay, Sofia, thank you for your question. The answer is no. It's not mandatory, and that's why I always say, it's really up to you, the type of approach you will like as far as your, living on campus and living in Rome is concerned, but housing is not mandatory. So if you are interested in living off campus, the answer is absolutely yes, that's possible, and we will help you with that, right? We will help you find viable options and cheaper options, at least more affordable ones. Of course, Kalina, any other questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat box, right? I will also like to thank Skylines indirectly because they reshared the Calendly link so that everyone could see it. Because I made a mistake and I shared it to the panelists, and of course that was me and the Skyline people. So thank you very much, Skylines, for resharing the Calendly link. So should you be interested in an individual Zoom call, I'll be more than happy to provide you with all the information you may need. The link is on there, and let's see if more questions are coming. I don't know if maybe the Skylines people would like to add anything. But well, it's been wonderful talking to you. No, a posto, va benissimo. So it's been wonderful talking to you. Thank you very much for your attention. And like I said, I hope to see you in Rome very, very soon. And thank you, Skylines.
Giovanni, thank you very much for this great presentation. Thank you. Well, if there are more questions coming in, we will send them via email to you. And once again, grazie mille for this presentation.
Grazie a voi. Thank you very much. Thank you.
На всички останали, които ни гледат, бих искал да им напомня, че утре изложението продължава и ще ги очакваме в 10:30 с първата презентация на Политехнико де Милано. Ще се видим утре и още веднъж благодаря ви много за участието днеска. Приятна вечер ви желая. Giovanni, once again, thank you very much. Thank you.